We are back. We
We are
are
so
back.
back.
We are so
Welcome everybody.
freaking back.
We're so back, everybody. Just like Smiling Friends will be back next month, dude. I'm hella excited for that. Hella
Oh,
hyped.
bro, I haven't been catching up at all.
Uh, it's only been like one season, and then they did a special. It's a really funny show. It's a very offbeat, kind of just like very, I don't know. It's very good humor. It's very fun to watch. Very enjoyable. The animation's like crazy.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm excited for season two. They also just today, I think it was today or was it yesterday? Yesterday I think they dropped the new trailer for Joker. Um, which looks pretty cool, man. Joker 2 looks like it'll be dope. People have been freaking out over the. I don't know if you've seen the trailer.
No, I haven't seen the trailer. But you
Okay.
can spoil it for me because it's a trailer. I mean, come on.
Yeah, man. I guess so. There's a part in the trailer where like there's a shot where like we assume it's Harley Quinn drawing a smile with a marker on a stained glass, not stained glass, but a window for like when he's in the asylum, she can talk to him through. Um, and he like moves his mouth into the shot, into the frame of where the smile is, and he smiles. And people have been freaking out over that. It's like it's a cool shot, but it's like it's not that it's not that creative. It's like but it's good. It's well done.
Yeah,
But
it's not that big a deal, but okay.
people have been freaking out.
I'll
At
tell you
first,
what would be a big deal if like Joaquin Phoenix just at some point in the movie is like, you know what? This skin I'm wearing is a cocoon to hold me back from being really free. Let me just cut off my face real quick. Because that's actually a variation of the Joker in the New 52 comics. Like, he literally cuts off
he
his own
does.
face.
I am aware of that. That would be very extreme and very intense. But
Yeah.
we'll see if they go that route. I was gonna say you were crack. It took me a second to figure out you were cracking your knuckles, but on my end here, it sounds like you were like slow golf clapping.
Yeah, no,
So
I was cracking
I,
my knuckles and my fingers because, I look like I'm about to start like a fist fight every now and then.
oh god. Um, no, but it was just funny. It was perfect timing. But yeah, it should be cool. Joker 2 is gonna be dope. It looks cool. I'm assuming it's gonna be cool.
I mean, I'm just more or less amazed at the casting choice of Lady Gaga because, like, for a long time now, like, everyone's been like, oh, Margot Robbie, because, she does do a great Harley Quinn, but fucking Lady Gaga, out of all people, like, that is going to be an interesting take on the character, and I am full support. I'm so excited for it, honestly.
I just like the creativity, the different things you can do with these two characters, and
Yeah.
I think it's a fun exploration. People are gonna have their opinions, their thoughts. People are gonna have differing feelings on it, as I've been seeing on social media. But like, it's I think just take it as it is, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And it's the first one. If anything tells me, it's like this one's gonna be a really kind of. It's not necessarily about like this particular character though. It's just the downfall of a guy, and the muse is the Joker. So it's I don't
Yeah.
know.
If anything, you could just take it as like, oh, this is an alternate universe, in which this is a different variation of the Joker. Same basic idea. Guy who just like
Same
goes,
vein, right? Yeah.
yeah, same thing. Guy goes insane and decides to, wear a smile on his face as he creates anarchy and chaos.
hmm It's yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah,
You know, I think the pairing should be good. I like a lot of Lady Gaga's acting. I need to see A Star Is Born.
yeah.
I know that was like huge when it came out. I just never saw it. She was in The House of Gucci, and I think she was a really strong part of the film. I think, and I've talked about this before. I think Jared Leto was a very hilarious part of the film.
Oh, okay, we're back. We're back. I just got delivered food to my room. I got shrimp. I got rice. I got condiments. I got salad.
Hell yeah, good mix it, good mix of stuff. That's a good smorgasbord, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going to say? What were we talking about?
Talking about Joker and Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, so Lady Gaga, yeah. So she's a good actress. I think she was. I'm excited to see what she does in this one. I just like movies, man. I don't know. I like just like last night we went to go see the first Omen, which was like crazy, like scary. I
heard really good things about that one.
It's very well done. I was very uncomfortable throughout a lot of it. It's like these very suspenseful moments, very little jump scares, but the jump scares really pay off because there's this long drawl of stuff. There's this one scene in like a room with the shadows and the way it plays, and you see something moving, but you take a while to figure out what's exactly moving among the shadows, and it slowly comes out and is like taunting you, and it's like, oh my god, and you're like, the camera work. It's like you're the POV. I've had a day to sit on this movie, and that's why I'm like talking so intensely about it. But it was very, very well done. There's a lot of scenes like that. It's very long play. A lot of you don't really know what's going on or what's going to happen or when something is going to happen, right? Because it takes so long. The beginning work is just like crazy. Really helps sets that tone. It's also very gory. There's full VAD shot giving birth. I want to warn. It's a pretty strong shot. Oh, and here's okay. I want to talk about this experience because I completely forgot about this. The whole time I was annoyed because like there was a whole family of people with a small child, gotta be under, definitely under 10, but probably even under like 7, and like you take them to this rated R movie that's a horror movie, and you're all just talking, conversing in the back, right? And then at one fucking point, this kid pulls out the iPad and like has that going on sound. It's like, and it was the same childlike bullshit I saw in another movie theater when I went to go see Monkey Man. I have not talked about Monkey Man here, have I? Because I think I just saw that last Friday. We've been talking since last Wednesday.
No, I don't think you have actually. No, you haven't talked about Monkey Man.
Oh my god. Okay, so it was phenomenal. So the movie was great, enjoyable movie theater experience. You know, Dev Patel's a great actor. He's as a director. This is his directorial debut. The movie takes a while to find its style, but then once it does, it's like, oh, okay, like it knows what it's doing, and it was really cool and really interesting, and there was a lot of just intense action. It was very like it's like Indian John Wick meets like Old Boy.
Ooh, hell
type
yeah!
Of movie. It works narratively. Takes a while to get places too. Like we don't figure out the motivation for like probably till the third act, which is like kind of like not helpful because in the first 2 acts you need us to buy into this character a little more. And there's I think some ways he tries to do that. But so anyway, I thought it was enjoyable. It's definitely fun in the theater, but you can also, if you want to, I mean, support your boy Dev Patel, but so go see it in the theater. But if you want to, you can wait till you're at home. But, I was saying
to your earlier fucking statement about the kid pulling out a fucking iPad in the theater. Who the fuck lets their children do that? Like, what?
Well, no, hold on. And this is the worst part. I was going to get to this part. Is like in Monkey Man, dude, there was a guy a couple seats down from us, same fucking row. He like had his phone on him this whole time. He was like just had it close to his eyes. I was like, I think is this an old lady who's like watching Instagram reels? But then like he's got the volume on as well. In a crowded theater when it just warned on screen like don't pull out your fucking phones. It tells you that silence is like golden. Stop it. It's just like and then like the motherfucker we found like when the movie ended, we like got up and we saw him and he fucking was dead ass asleep throughout the whole movie. Probably throughout like half the movie because he eventually stopped watching the reels, and then or whatever it was, fucking videos on Facebook or TikTok or whatever. I don't know. It was very confusing. Like why does he need to do this? But
dude, I swear to God, like COVID and the internet has broken people's brains. I swear to God.
It's definitely COVID. It's definitely been COVID because like I was thinking about this, I was talking about this with somebody. It's hard to figure out how to like get back out and do stuff normally when we were in lockdown for like a good 2 years. I was talking about that with somebody today. I was like, yeah, you remember that apartment I had, and like it was just like it's anyway. But so COVID has like really fried our minds on how to act around others, and that's not a good thing because it was already pretty bad up here. We like didn't know how to act around each other, and now it's gotten worse because we were all socially like suffocated.
Yeah.
it was very because people. It's the same thing. People don't know how to act at bars. People don't know. People be acting up all the time. People don't know their limits. They don't know how to behave themselves. Um, it's become a really weird time, and so it's like I don't know, man. And then our county. This is just again a tangent, but like our county had like just lifted its mandate again for like clinical settings, and like I'm not complaining about masks. I think that's a good thing, right? It's like that's what would have stopped a lot of this shit early on.
Yeah,
But the
no,
fact that we still have
100%.
to worry about it, the fact that we still have to worry about it 4 years later is kind of like irritating. It's annoying to me, and it's really it's and then everything's gone up. It's COVID really threw things for a loop. Things will get better, I'm sure. Wasn't it like influenza? Influenza was like during the late teens, early 20s.
Talking about Spanish flu, right? Influenza.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was between 1918 and 1919, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it was like just after World War II, and then we went into a Great Depression. I mean, it wasn't. Well, no, that eventually happened like
It
10
actually
years.
happened around 1922, so that was actually like about a 3-year cooling off period.
Yeah, but so I mean, it's been 4 years since the start of the first COVID. So you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, so we should be
feels like it
going
might be
into that, actual, up and up. But if the math is right, because back then you had influenza, you had the stock market crash, then you had like everything, kind of getting back to normal by the 1930s. You had a Second World War going on, not too long after that.
that's also true. There was a war.
So if the math is right, we're probably going to get another World War, because time is a flat circle. It just fucking goes over and over and over again. After our up and up, we're probably going to get a third World War by 2029, probably.
Maybe. Yeah, probably.
Or 2032, probably, somewhere around then.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's likely to happen. We'll see. Maybe it will, maybe it won't,
Mm-hmm.
You're just scarfing stuff down, dude.
Bro, I'm fucking hungry, bro. You know what I had for lunch today, man? I had snacks in my break room, and then the shit that I brought with me to work, which was like 2 packets of Pop-Tarts.
Why did you bring just Pop-Tarts for lunch?
Because...
You a child? I'm sorry. Like, you could have that for breakfast, but like, that is a lunch. I'm sorry, that's meal prep to like back to 6th grade, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god.
I put on my pants
awesome.
Today.
That's good job.
No, I had to fucking... Okay, so the long story short, our sister and I went to Vaughn's. We saw the Pop-Tart section and saw that they had Apple Jacks, cereal flavored Pop-Tarts, and I was like, well, I'm kind of curious to see what they taste like. Because she can't have them because they're vegan. Because she's vegan, but they're not vegan because they have milk in them and shit.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I got the Pop-Tarts to try them, and honestly, Apple Jacks flavored Pop-Tarts actually pretty good.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And then I also got Wildberry because I was like, I'm not just buying 1 box of Pop-Tarts, I'm buying 2. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm running to work. I gotta like get something to eat, so I can bring Pop-Tarts to work.
It's easy. I suppose it's easy.
Yeah. And then I had like some pretzels and shit in the break room too, so yeah.
You had like 4 Pop-Tarts and a few pretzels. That's
and
what
two bags of pretzels, yeah.
That's hard to, yeah. That's, sometimes it'd be like that. I will say, sometimes it's like, it's a really quick thing. Like today I had a, I'm not ashamed of it. So I had a Jimmy Dean breakfast thing. My voice cracked, sorry. I had a Jimmy Dean breakfast thing in the morning, and, that was good. And then I had, but it was small. For lunch, I stopped at 7-Eleven because I get points, I get a free coffee.
Oh, nice.
And then I decided I'll just buy one of those sandwiches. And so I did. And I had that in a bag of chips. And I'm currently waiting to eat again, so I haven't eaten since. Well, I snacked on a bag of chips, but yeah, so it's hard to fit good things in, but I'm getting some good stuff in tonight.
It could have been worse, man. I could have, since I work at a brewery, I could have had 7 lunch beers.
Yeah, Yeah, one could have. One should not.
Yeah, one should not do 7 lunch beers, but one could do 7 lunch beers.
I suppose an individual could try to do 7. 7. And you should not. You should limit it to 2 at best. 2 lunch beers and then go back to work.
Nah, bro, 7. 7 lunch beers and it'll take you to heaven.
No, it's gotta be 7 after work, and then it's like during work. It's like at least maybe 1.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
We're joking here. We're joking.
We don't condone drinking on the job. However, if you're going to...
make it 7.
If you're going to, make it 3 at most, okay? You can go to your local taqueria, okay?
Just 2. I think 2 is best.
3. 3 at your local taqueria and order of chips and salsa.
I remember college it's crazy the things you do in like your 20s that people will get concerned about when you hit your 30s. Like when I was in college, dude, it was like I'd show up to class after like there was a place across the street from like pretty much it was the library of my university, and so across the street was a restaurant and bar. So it had like on the weekends you'd have like bottomless mimosas for brunch, which is crazy. I did get smacked off that at like 11 in the morning. But like before class, like I had an evening class like from 6 to 8:30 maybe. It was a long lecture. It must have been maybe even 6 to 9 or something. I don't remember. But we one time, before class, I'd often do this. It was a once a week class. It was a once a week seminar. So like I'd go with my friend and I'd get like a Bud Light, and she would get like 3 Jaeger bombs.
Oh my god!
And we'd go to class, and I'm like, that's awesome. She's a legend. Shout out to Steph, dude.
Absolute legend. My god.
But then one time we were celebrating, it was finals week, and we just had to do a final presentation for this seminar, which was like dope. And so like I had a few drinks. I had like 3 beers before going to class, and then we're all drinking. We all met up as like classmates. We were all pretty close enough in that capacity, right? And so, I think because I don't talk to anybody from college anymore. I follow them on social media, so I see like stuff they post, but nothing else. But man, there were some homies back at college. Anyway, so we're all sitting around the table, we're drinking, and then we go to class, and we're all kind of grouped in the back too. It's like it was about half the class because there was like a couple people, maybe these 2 individuals. Anyway, there were a couple people who weren't like in that clique, I guess, or whatever, right? Whatever you want to call it, not clique. But so we're sitting in the back corner, and the professor comes in, and she's like, "You all smell of alcohol." And we were like, "What? No way! Like, no, bro."
Mm-hmm.
You got a little something.
Thank you.
You should. I think that's a bit too much for YouTube, man. You should put like a censor bar when you like edit this. If you can, you should edit that over you when you've got your face to the camera, covered in the mayo.
No, I'll just cut the audio out, and then it just says "arrive," in subtitles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. No, but so yeah, but then now it's like if you do that before coming back to a shift or work, people are like, "You've got a problem." It's like, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff you get away with. So we're not condoning 7 lunch beers.
No, of course not. 7 dinner beers is fine.
Yes. 6 dinners, 7 dessert.
Oh my god. No, bro. 7 dinner, 2 dessert.
What? Why is it gotta be 2 for dessert? How long is this fucking dinner?
It's a French dinner, bro. It lasts 5 hours.
It's got like a fucking 4-course meal.
Yeah. Oh my god. No, actually, there's a real twisted way you can get absolutely blitzed.
Let's not talk about it.
No. I'm gonna mention this real quick, and if I think it's too saucy later, I'll cut it out in post. Okay. We're not getting ads on this fucking thing, man. I can say shit.
We got no advertisers. We suck.
Yeah, no, we're still small. I mean, I say small after like what 70 episodes. Like shit, we gotta at least get one ad.
No, it doesn't take.
But anyways, no, like fucking after work, you're doing your dinner thing. Okay, a 6-pack for dinner of just like a standard, beer.
Yeah, beer.
Standard 6-pack of something. And then
good average American, it'd be Coors Light, Budweiser, or Bud Light.
Exactly. Then you do 3 dessert beers, okay? And they're gonna be stouts, okay? Because they got that chocolatey, desserty kind of like thing going on. There you go. That's how you finish the night.
The amount, I maybe don't condone, but I
mean, it's 9 beers over the course of maybe 3 hours.
Yeah, that's really awful.
I mean, if you want to do it in like 5 hours, that's fine too. I mean, shit, go on to like 11 in the night. 11:30 at night, finishing that last dessert beer.
Stop. Oh god, that's insane. Are you saying that out loud? Oh my god.
Yeah. That's a Google question now. Can someone consume 9 beers in 3 hours?
I suppose you can. It's just not healthy. It's really bad.
That's why you do it 2 times a week, bro.
Just twice. No. What do you think they make 18 packs? Oh god, I'm gonna wipe away the tears.
Hey, it's either that or gooning and then or joining a cult, not and joining a cult. You're either drinking, you're gooning, or you're joining a cult.
That's 2024 for you. No.
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord. Oh my God.
Oh my sweet Lord.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, George Harrison. That was wow. That's like that's it just sounds insane when you put it that way. But I mean, like, people do it. It's called alcoholism.
That is true. That is very true. Not me though. I'm drinking water. I'm eating a salad.
Smart.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I've got a beer in hand.
Well, if it's just one beer, it's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else? Man, oh my god, I can't focus now. Dude, it hurt to laugh. It was
I know, dude. I think I got like a 6-pack from laughing that hard, bro.
Yeah, whew. Really threw me off there for a moment. What were we even talking about? We were talking about, well, don't drink before going to a regular thing. That's probably like a regular day job kind of thing. Don't do that. And don't also have, my girlfriend's telling me like I need to keep it to 2 drinks because that's like what's like recommended is like max for men, like 2 drinks a day. And like I think that's like even that's like it's kind of a lot at the end of the week, but anyway.
Well, yeah, it adds up, but like again, if you keep it to 2 a day and you're pacing yourself, like it's fine.
Yeah.
As long as you're also filling it out with healthier things you're doing in your life too, like eating right, maybe doing exercise. 2 beers a day doesn't seem like anything if you're actually going out, exercising, and eating actually right,
Yeah, just have like a healthy balance. It's all about finding that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's That's the constant work at life, man. Is just finding a balance between things. Yeah, crazy.
On a side note, D&D related, I got a book of whole new races that I can play as in D&D, and fuck me, is there a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. You're still playing fifth edition, right?
Still playing 5th edition, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got
Yeah,
a book. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I just started. I played the second session of technically the first because the very first one was a zero session. I had the first session of the fifth edition D&D campaign I've been playing, which went really well for the most part. So it was good.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Is this the same character we mentioned before? Your cleric?
Human cleric. Yeah. Tell me about this book you found.
Oh, so the book is basically like Mordenkainen's guide to monsters, and basically it gives you all these different races that you can choose from that you don't get standard with D&D Beyond 5th edition. So this is just to name a few. I have the option of choosing Hobgoblin, Astral Elf, Sea Elf, Triton, Tabaxi, Turtle, Lizard Folk.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know if I mentioned lizard folk before, but anyways, doesn't matter. I got so many different races I can choose from, and one of them, Turtle, I can basically make a TMNT, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
That's awesome. So is it just a humanoid tortoise?
Exactly. And no matter what, their starting armor class is 17 before you even pick a goddamn class.
That's because of the shell. You got a rock hard shell.
Exactly, rock hard shell. And then if you pick monk, obviously they're much better at not wearing armor because they're a whole dex based thing, anyways. So you could be rocking an extremely high AC, and you're a master martial artist. So
there's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of benefits there, man. You can make a cracked out character.
100%. Although, honestly, if you were to ever go, monk or anything like that, honestly, Variant Human is the best, especially if you have some of these other books in your collection, because Variant Human trades off some things that a standard human gets, where you only get 2 increases to 2 ability scores. Mm-hmm. Versus if you just pick human, you get a +1 to every single attribute.
Yeah.
And the main thing why you should pick a variant human if you're going monk is because you get access to a feat. And if you have actually a good amount of feats, you can get, some real powerhouse kind of moves. One feat you can get is Polearm Master. Basically makes you such a skilled martial combatant in either a glaive, a halberd, a quarterstaff, or a spear. That basically means that with Polearm Master, you can do a second attack with your spear or long weapon like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So and thematically it looks really cool too. You charge at someone with your spear, you land that hit, and then you decide to do another attack, and using Polearm Master, you bring the spear around with the blunt end and hit them in the goddamn head with it.
That'd be crazy, man. That'd probably do a lot of damage if you roll right. We were having it's been a tough adventure so far on our end, man. We've been clearing out this church. We're clearing out the downstairs. There's a lot of trapdoors, a lot of weird stuff down there. We're journeying through all that, and we haven't even rested. And we're the first level, and I've run out of spells. I've been out of spells since the zero campaign, and we've just been powering through it. And it's been one of us went down 4 times. It's just been a very tough experience, but yeah, it's a lot. So, but that'd be goated if you got a spear that you could do those 2 attacks with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, feats are some of the best things you can get in the game, but based on how your dungeon master, runs the campaign, you would have to learn these feats at a good appropriate time to acquire them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and especially since there's so many different feats that actually give you a really weird advantage if you know how to use it right,
Totally, yeah. I mean, that's the point of feats is to give you bonuses and stuff to your abilities, and it varies on the class you pick, the race you pick.
Yeah,
that's the whole point. This building character and seeing what you can do with it, and it's that makes it there's some cool stuff, man. There's some cool stuff our paladin can do, and the druid and the rogue's always up to shit.
Rogues are always up to shit, man.
Yeah, fun times, but yeah.
Honestly, paladins, like, if Oath of Ancient Paladins is like one of the most cracked out subclasses there is.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like, you become a guardian of nature, and at higher levels, you basically, physically show that you're a guardian of nature by taking on, like, antlers and shit like that.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But the amount of spells they get, and the unique ones they get too with that subclass, is like ridiculous. You get Moonbeam, Thunderous Smite, like it's insane.
Mm-hmm. That does sound crazy, dude.
Yeah, plus it kind of gives some leeway to playing that like a paladin, because the one reason why I don't play paladins all too often is because of the stigma that they're alignment locked. Because for the longest time, they've always been alignment locked. You've always had to play a lawful good paladin.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Whereas, like, if you take Oath of the Ancients, it might give you some leeway because it's just basically like spicy druid, and druids are usually neutral anyways.
Spicy druid, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's basically you're channeling some of the powers of nature, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, that's valuable, yeah.
And honestly, if you do go Oath of Ancients Paladin and dip like 2 levels into druid, the amount of fuckery you can do is just insane.
Absolutely, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Although, what is it? Aasimar Sorcerer is an interesting class and race to pick for that class.
What's that?
So, Aasimars are basically children of God, essentially. Yeah, they have a holiness around them. They have very unique eyes that signify that, yeah, they're basically born of the astral plane. Or no, not astral plane, celestial plane.
Oh,
and,
wow.
like, they get a cantrip, I think, at first level, light, I believe. And then at higher levels, they get, like, more unique abilities. Like, I think level 3, they get lesser restoration, so they get automatically a light healing spell, basically.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, which they cast once per long rest. And if you pick Aasimar Sorcerer and pick Divine Soul Sorcerer, you can basically say like, I'm not only a child of God, I'm blessed with all these incredible abilities, and you must bow before me, bitch. I am the trust fund baby of magic.
I'm a nepo baby of God.
Exactly, and magic.
Jesus Christ was. This is going to be controversial. You might have to edit this out. Jesus Christ was a nepo baby.
He was the original nepo baby.
He was. Eat on that, Christian.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. Yeah, there's. I mean, that's why I wanted to be a cleric, because I could have the potential of being like absorbing the powers of God. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be crazy. Sick. I think that's nuts. And like, it's like, that's the cool thing about spellcasters is they get so cool when they're like at higher levels, like other characters. But like, I'm not at that level yet, so I have to wait.
Not yet, yeah.
I haven't played my 20 level bard yet for like a long time, which is fine.
Bro, once characters in D&D hit 20 level, like, they can basically take on God themselves, essentially.
It feels like that sometimes. Like, sometimes our whole day is taken up by encounters. And like, we had several encounters on the day we played on Sunday. There was just like baddies after baddies. It was a lot of undead. It's nuts. It's fun though. I always like the camaraderie. It's my God. It's you get a good group together who can be really funny with each other. Like, it makes things so much more interesting and so much more fun. And like, everyone seems hella cool, and like they're they're like, oh my God, Ben, dude, our player Ben, he just like keeps cracking up jokes. We said something about like edging, and like that just took over the whole theme for like the rest of the game. Like the last probably quarter of the game, it was really funny.
That's pretty funny.
But yeah. God, it's a good group. Oh, you'll have to cut this one out too. But I want to tell you the story because I think it's really funny.
Dude, I love that one joke where it's like, what is it? If you bring a Roman back to modern day, like the expectation is like, wow, this is what the future looks like. That's awesome. Actuality, the Roman just like grabs you by the throat and says, "You have 30 seconds to explain to me why the fuck Germany still exists." Because if you don't know your Roman history, kids, Rome was sacked by the Visigoths, which was a tribe of, warriors from Germany. So,
Oh wow! So they were the first to go to. Well, probably not the first, but they were like earlier before we all went to war with Germany. Germany started shit with them.
yeah, you can blame Germany for the fall of Rome, bro.
And that's probably why they were so confident when they tried to take over the world. With all that
Maybe.
Holocaust business.
I mean, yeah, a
Those.
couple thousand years later, they're just like, yeah, you know what, we can take over the world, right? We took Rome.
Yeah, we're fine. We're chilling. We're the perfect.
Yeah.
It was the perfect. No, and they're very sorry now about it. Anyway, sure they're not sorry about Rome. Those fucks respect their history.
No, if anything, they'd actually rather have you remember them for that than anything else. Anything else.
Anything else? Yeah. Oh, you were killing that food, man. You were just scraping what's left.
Yeah, bro. Dude, I don't fucking waste shit, man. There's kids starving in Africa, bro.
What's you eating it all gonna change except take more fucking food away from them? Like,
I'm gonna cut that part out.
Yeah, I think we should. It's really funny among us, but I'm a little worried that might be taken aback by the general audience. I'm sure there's a lot you have to edit out when you're doing these episodes.
No, I think it's fine, man. It's not like anyone in Africa is gonna watch this.
They're good. They've got internet out there, man.
Well, yeah, but it's run by Facebook, so I don't believe that for a second.
Oh yeah, wait. Facebook is giving them free internet, aren't they?
Exactly. So Facebook comes pre-packaged and pre-planned to all of Africa.
Oh, it's just so they can use their website. I'm sure which hasn't shown great effects over here in the States.
Yeah, so they're not gonna get our
Africa.
random bullshit. You know what they're gonna get? They're gonna get misinformation and AI generated porn. That's what they're getting.
That sounds more like Twitter, but maybe there's some of that on Facebook.
There's a decent amount on Facebook, actually.
It's all over the internet. It's kind of AI is kind of crazy these days, and
Well, it's also because they're outsourcing all their content moderation, man. So as much as people joke, it's like, oh man, I got banned by Zuck again for posting something ridiculous on Facebook. Well, they just got lucky once or twice. They're really not that good at actually managing any of the content there. It's just all.
Well, the trouble is you can assign it to an algorithm. Whoa, excuse me.
Damn.
You can assign it to an algorithm, but it's not going to catch. It may just make everything generalized, but then also here's the other part is if you have a human do all that content moderation, it's a lot of awful shit you have to swipe through. That's just some bad stuff. And then now, for consumers, people who actively use Facebook, in pediatrics, there's a term coined recently called Facebook depression. It's the feeling of loneliness you get from viewing social media and seeing other people live these best lives kind of thing. It's really it's insane. It's really not a good thing. I don't mean to switch gears so fast from casual joking around to society of the spectacle type shit, but it's getting a little crazy right now, and I don't think it's good that a corporation like that feeds. And I mean, I'm sure it's not its intent to do
no,
that.
it definitely didn't do that at first, but the fact that it got to that point and they're just like, well, we're not going to stop it because it's making us money.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing you got to consider is they're aware it's happening. They're just not going to do anything about it, and then people who are in office are too old to understand what is going on, and so they can't make any laws about that sort of thing. It's growing rapidly, which is, getting a little out of hand, and the AI thing is growing rapidly. I really think it should stay at making funny content, parody content, stuff that isn't real. But these deep fakes, you've got some fucking 80-year-old on Facebook with dementia. She sees a deep fake of Joe Biden doing the fucking Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light commercial or promotion, whatever you call it. I guess it is a commercial. They're going to be like, what is Joe Biden, what is the president of the United States doing? They're going to think that's real, because they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, especially since it is getting better and better these days, so yeah.
It's, the internet is a great tool for good and for bad, and maybe that's like a good synopsis for all of humanity, for the history of us, right?
Yeah.
Done a lot of progress. We're just kids. We're growing. We're figuring stuff out. We're building shit
Yeah.
and letting it rip and letting it do what it's gonna do. And like I mean, the thing about these social media sites is like I'm sure the people behind them aren't completely like evil. I'm sure I have some sliver of hope, but like they don't they don't really know what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
like they're putting it out there because they think it's a good idea. They haven't really been able to assess the consequences because it doesn't, at least to my knowledge, this is a pretty big new thing that like people haven't had to question about, have to figure out potential problems or downfalls to it. It's something new and unfamiliar, and we're just all figuring out as we go. I think it's like
It's that quote from Jurassic Park all over again, man. Like you kept thinking to yourself, or you kept asking yourself, like, if we could do it. You never stopped and asked yourself if we should do it.
yeah, yeah, really. I mean,
Yeah. I know I
yeah,
butchered the quote. I'll put it in post, but like, yeah, it's same basic idea. Anyone that's ever come up with any good idea ever, like, sure, it sounds great at first, but then like you quickly realize, oh, what is the actual ramifications of it, and you don't really think about that until it's already out there, until it's already in people's hands. Now you can't
well,
put the fucking lid back on that box.
you're just it's all just figuring stuff out as you go, and like it's kind of like with the global warming thing. We were like, oh, cool, we could build a car that like that doesn't require horses and takes us from A to B, and we just have to burn these oils. Oh wait, it turns out that that's destroying the ozone and doing a lot of bad shit to the earth.
Yeah.
How do we stop that? So like, it's all of us just figuring out things as we go. We don't know anything. We're like no human in the history of the world has been given a manual except the teachings from their parents and their parents before them.
Yeah.
And like we've built these establishments that research this stuff and try to figure it out and like and try to wonder what's the problem or what's the solution, right?
Yeah.
What's going on, and we're all just figuring out as we go. We psychology, for example, right, is a field that's only been around 100 something years. It took us a lot. The modern human has been around for 200,000 years.
Yeah.
We've had to spend time figuring out how do we identify, how do we express ourselves, how do we treat each other. We're still wondering that question. You know what I mean? It's like, why do we act the way we do? And like we just we don't know. I mean, sometimes we do know, but then we don't do anything about it. And it's really humans are really funny that way, and just it's fun to watch and fun to be one.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, you also got to think of the time span between like when humans existed and then like when human society actually formed. Like you said, human beings have been around for 200,000 years, but human society, at least the very earliest form of civilized society, did
that
not
we've been able to
form.
identify.
Yeah, that we've been able to identify didn't exist until 12,500 years ago. So that's about 180,000 years that human beings have been on this planet, and it took them that long to figure out how to actually like organize and get their shit together.
185,000, and then also like you think about it, it could be either like how they identified to organize themselves, or if they have anything left that they can leave behind that we've been able to understand. Because like it took a while to figure out how to save information, how to creating paper and writing, because like people used to write and draw and stuff. Like they did that. Early Neanderthals did like cave paintings,
Yeah.
basic stuff, and then like Vikings had ruins that are sometimes found. But
Yeah.
making that stuff stay and be,
Passed down. Yeah.
be passed down, it's like that's been hard to do up until probably 12,000 something years ago, or even before that, or even after that. Because it might just be that we found remnants of what was an ancient civilization that maybe worshipped something or behaved a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been. I mean, the term. This is a very I'm just this. I remember this always sticking with me. It's a very basic thing. But I was reading Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five, and there's a passage that says like research. Re is like a prefix for redo, like doing something again, right? Doing an action again. So research is like we're searching for something again. Like it's just I've always thought about that, and I'm like, it's kind of what we're doing with history, trying to piece things
Yeah.
together and figure out things, figure out what it was like, and it's just it's humans are just we're all just like kind of like this is my main theory about adults too is like we're all just children that grew up
Yeah.
and we're all just still trying to figure stuff out. We don't have like an exact manual, and like that's why I try to like give kids a lot of slack. I mean, like I put it on the parents for that movie last night that they had their kid on their fucking iPad in a dark theater with a loud screen in front of them in a crowd of people. Annoying,
Yeah.
but like it's not the kid's fault. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't know etiquette. He doesn't know. He just know screen make brain feel good because it releases endorphins, and I'm sure his language skills are better than that.
Yeah, and I certainly hope that, whatever he was watching on his fucking iPad isn't going to be as nearly as traumatizing as the movie that's playing in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude, in the first 5 minutes, a fucking priest gets a pipe through the head, bro. It's like crazy.
Jesus Christ.
You could say that again.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've heard so much buzz about that movie. I was like, oh god, I thought this was going to be a cheap cash grab based on an already existing IP. Okay, good to know it's actually really good.
It did its job well. It was a horror movie through and through. I have not seen the other Omens, but
I
Kate
have
really
seen
liked them,
Omen 1 and 2, and they're not bad. I haven't seen the third one because I've heard mixed things about the third one, especially with how it ends. It's a little anticlimactic, but, yeah.
This one's a prequel, and it's about, like, the birth of the Antichrist. It's, like,
Yeah.
fucking pretty rad, actually. It's pretty insane.
And the first
cool.
Omen movie, not the one that you just watched, no, the canonically first movie in that franchise, yes, The Omen, is a pretty dang good film. It's a little slow paced, but it's very well done. It's so good.
That is confusing to I watched the first Omen that's new in theaters. It's a prequel, but then there's the original very first Omen. So
yeah,
anyway,
and basically it's a simple story. Basically, parents adopt this kid because they can't have any of their own. And they're like, life is good because we're rich and we have a kid, so it's all good until people start dying around them, and then the father realizes that his adopted son is literally the Antichrist.
Who we got to see the birth of in this movie, which was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and the franchise ends in such a weird way. It's like this. It's building up to this whole battle of like good and evil. The fact that this Antichrist figure is like using his influence in his family to like move his way up through social hierarchy, eventually into politics. Hopefully, becoming president of the United States.
Yep. Because
evil be evil, so it needs to have the highest possible position to like make serious fucking waves across the world.
That's what it was hinting at. This movie, man, was like it was going to be a senator or something. I think it showed the Capitol. I think it was the Capitol because it was the round building.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it. I was such a dumb American.
You're good, man. You're good.
Someone out there isn't. Maybe they will be. I live a block away is the fire station. 2 or 3 blocks away is the police department. So it's a very busy area sometimes.
So good to know you get first responders if shit hits the fan.
That's actually one of the things I felt good about moving in here. I was like, okay, they're like close by. Someone will come by. That was my thinking. Like, and I've, God forbid, I've like really enjoyed this spot, and I hope it doesn't burst into flames.
Plus, you're a white man calling the cops, so it's gonna be good for you anyways.
Social commentary.
Oh, on a side note, I finished season 2 of Invincible, and that
okay,
was rad.
We were going to talk about this. I completely forgot about this. So we both watched Invincible season 2. I've read the comics up to like volume maybe 13, 14. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I want to pick back up on it again. And I've been meaning to. I just have to have money to buy $20 comic books.
No, that's always hard. It is hard.
So, but the show, oh my god, it was. I love how they brought that to life on the screen. that finale.
Yeah.
Which I guess we could fully talk about it. We're gonna say this is spoilers until pretty much the end of the podcast. So for those who don't want to listen, good night, good morning, good day. But for those who do listen, stick around. Thank you. So when he fucking killed
Angstrom Levy, yeah.
Angstrom Levy, dude. Oh my god. I was such a hard gut wrenching scene, and I was watching the whole time, and I'm like, I've read the book. I know exactly what's gonna happen. I know it's leading up to this, and I don't want to watch anyone more get hurt, like his mom, dude, and like his little brother, and the little brother was freaking out, and I was like, oh my god. They
Yeah.
really did a good job of directing this episode and of making it, and of just showing us the pain and the anguish and the complexities that Mark is going through. I think my favorite part of the episode was it's like towards the end, like Eve says, like she says the thing that Mark has been needing to hear since this whole thing went down, since he had this horrific event where he was going from portal to portal, worrying about his parents, dimension to dimension, wondering what's going on, worrying about his mom, not his parents, but his mom. He's worried about his dad too. His dad's like on death row for Viltrumites. But anyway, so it was gut wrenching, and I was saying that what she said to him, everyone had said you did the right thing because of everything that was going on, but like Eve told him he didn't deserve to have that happen, and that's what he needed to fucking hear. That's when he can like be validated for how he feels. That's how he feels. He doesn't deserve this. He's just a good guy trying to do a good thing. Bullshit just keeps happening. He just lost his girlfriend. He just killed a guy for the first time in his life because he didn't have another choice.
Because this dude was gonna like torture him, basically,
till his death, and like hurt his mom and his little brother potentially. This guy didn't care, and Mark says, "I thought you were stronger," and like that hits. That is like he really wasn't trying. It's manslaughter, but like it's self defense.
Yeah.
But he just thought, he finally crossed that line, and he doesn't like that, and it really showed in the show. And again, it was powerful. Like Eve was the only one who was like, look, man, this shouldn't have happened in the first place. Like everyone else was like, it happened, but you handled it and you did the right thing. Like that's not what he needed to hear. He needed to hear like it's not fair. It's not fucking fair, man.
Out of all people in his life, she knows exactly how that feels. Yeah, from the the special that she got. Yeah, her fucking origin story. Jesus Christ, man.
She didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. No one deserved that. Cecil didn't give a fuck because he's gonna kill somebody without thinking about it if he needs to. He does what he does for duty, man. And
exactly, because he sees it as like the greater good. If there's less, if there's more good guys and dead bad guys, then that's a good day.
Yeah. Have you read the comics, Eric?
I have not, actually.
So I'm not going to say more from the comics, but there's a good story arc for Cecil in place.
Oh, nice.
It's
I was surprised with Donald, honestly.
Donald, oh yeah, his
fucking character arc, damn.
He's an onion, man. There's a lot of layers to him, and I appreciate that. And like the whole, it's just Robert Kirkman really wrote a gem.
Yeah.
Very violent gem. With a lot of stuff going on, but a very good, real superhero comic book series. And it was like really, it's like, Robert Kirkman wrote that stuff in like 2005.
Yeah, which is perfect timing for an animated series like that with such incredible violence. Like that's like because the boys walked, like that series walked so that Invincible can run. Actually,
The Boys is like. Well, I would argue The Boys is more violent because it's realistic. The cartoon, it's a little easier to digest the violence. In The Boys, you feel like so small and fragile.
Yeah,
and I think that's like the value of both the shows. Is like it does that for you at like the end of season 1 of Invincible, and like just like in the comic book, like his dad doing all that shit.
Yeah,
like it makes you feel small and weak, and like it's scary. Think of like someone who has that much power and can do that much without even lifting that much of a finger.
Yeah,
it's a really good way to communicate to the audience. Like this is like how it would really go down if we had superheroes. We'd be fucking scared of them.
Yeah, but I think that's what makes season 2 so much more impactful because again, spoilers. I know we already mentioned that before, but fuck it, why not mention it again? Spoilers. Like, fucking the redemption arc for Nolan kind of shows that there is, you know, a sense of feeling small in an overarching universe, which has incredible threats, the likes you've never seen, but there is hope at the end of the tunnel. There is something that can actually change in people for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan is changing a little bit for the better. Obviously, he's irredeemable because he's slaughtered so many people, but
yeah,
he's trying.
He goes on a redemption arc in the comics too, and like I have mixed feelings about it. Like, but he just becomes more human a little bit. He's reminded of, you know, his time spent on Earth. It's kind of the same thing that Resident Alien is doing, where like the alien realizes he becomes, as he hangs out with humans more, he becomes more like them, so he becomes more emotionful and feeling, and it's the same thing that Omni-Man's feeling. It's you know, yeah, it's a great. Oh my god! And then the Spider-Man, Agent Spider, with the original voice actor for the Spectacular Spider-Man show voicing him. Oh my god!
Just layers upon layers of just like nice.
It's a very nice season finale. It was fun.
Also, Alan the Alien, best fucking boy, like best fucking character so far in the entire goddamn series.
Is real. He is so cool, and I'm so glad he's voiced by Seth Rogen. It's a great pairing. He's like, he's just such a bro, dude. He's such a homie, dude. And
you have no idea how fucking relieved I was when it turned out he was alive. That fucking ass didn't pull the actual plug on him. Well, he did, but like with good intentions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's exciting. It's great.
It's like, I'm gonna let nature take its course and then see if Alan becomes stronger. Lo and behold, he did.
Hell yeah, dude. But I think on that note, it's a good place to end. Good place to clock out. Thank you all for joining us on the 9 to 5 Boys. We have been your boys.
Yeah. Bye.